On this very day, 26 January 1950, our Constitution was first put into act, and a year later, in 1951, the very first Republic Day of India was celebrated, and it has been celebrated since. Now, to start off this very important and a very beautiful day, I would like to call upon our beloved Director, Father Eddie, for the flag hoisting ceremony, after which we shall all sing the national anthem.
Sammy Salute! Order.
Dear fellow citizens of India, with pride and dignity we surround our national tricolor. We remember the soil in which we have been brought up. We breathe the air of freedom in our motherland. We owe our freedom to our forefathers. We cannot but be proud that India is the largest democracy in the world. India is the spiritual hub of Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. Our spiritual gurus continue to enlighten the world. India is one of the fastest developing economies. India is a nuclear power. We are an emerging superpower, especially in the field of information technology. So much so, we are considered a leading art. Indian scientists and engineers and fashion designers are in the world. The southern cities like Bangalore, Chennai, and Hyderabad are known as Silicon Valley of the East. Think of the rich cultural heritage that we have. India homes so many races, cultures, and language groups. But let us turn our eyes from this facade to the ground reality. A patient question that proves invariably on January 26 in the mind of every Indian is, are we really a republic? The answer is an obvious no. Dare to ask why and there open up a Pandora's box of eco-social political maladies that enslave us. Yes, the India of away from the ideal as envisaged by our great framers of the Constitution. We shake our head in disgust and disillusionment. We are quick to fix the blame on the political leadership and the administrative structures of the country. What we easily forget is the vital contribution you and I make to keep alive these maladies by way of our indifference and lack of proactive action. Of course, it is so much easier to look away from issues around us, not to be involved in another person's pain and despair. We think indifference is the best way to keep our sanity and our peace. The reality is that it makes us inhuman. While the political structures and leadership, to a great extent, are responsible for the present mess that India is in, what do we as responsible citizens of India do to change the situation? It is only the affirmative action of each of us that can bring about a change in our society. As our former President, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam points out, when it comes to issues relating to our country, we only make loud noises and demand a change in the whole system. The system can change only if the individuals within it change. That is, if you and I decide to change and become more proactive. Given the present eco-social-political scenario of India, there is much Indian youth can do. We can firmly believe that our villages, towns, cities, and our country at large are what they are today in poor condition because the youth simply remain indifferent to what happens around them. The youth can play an effective role in bringing about great civic consciousness in society. By speaking out against evils like casteism, fundamentalism, superstitious beliefs, female infanticide, etc., youth can definitely influence policy making in our country. Since charity begins at home, let us begin this process in our own homes, then in our schools, colleges, communities, and gradually spreading across the entire nation. We can proudly claim to be a truly free nation. Like John F. Kennedy, I ask you all, don't ask what India can ask, what I can do for India. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.
Thank you, Regina, for addressing us. Now, I call upon the hostelers to perform the song, prayer song, after which we shall listen to the speech of our beloved Vice Principal, Brother Paul.
Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high,
into the heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country away.
where knowledge is free,
Into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country away.
where the world domestic wars,
Into the heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country away.
where wars come out from the depths of truth,
To that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country away.
where tallest driving stretches its arms towards perfection.
To that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country away.
Now, I call upon our beloved Vice Principal, Brother Paul, to deliver his speech to us, followed by a song by the hostess.
A very good morning, dear Father Edward D'Souza, the director of our center, all the coordinators, teachers, and all of you, my dear students and lay collaborators. Indeed, today is a great day for our country. If you watch in the social medias today, you will see many people making big speeches, making statements. Sometimes we can question whether those speeches and statements, you can even question what I'm going to say, are really relevant or not. Our country many years, let us say 75 years of being a republic country, a country that has its own constitution, from what Regina said. Now the question that I want to pose to all of us is, how many of us really live the Constitution? 75 years ago, our framers of the Constitution under the leadership of Bhimrao Ambedkar have given to us a very beautiful Constitution. They have lived it. They have practiced it. If you read in the history, we know Ambedkar came from a very, very backward called Dalit society. He went abroad, made himself educated, studied law, practiced law, and then he wrote the Constitution. Of course, he led the team to write the Constitution. They live it, and they know that by doing so and so and so, our country will flourish. Now, once again, I'm asking the question, how many of us make the Constitution of India, our Constitution, our own, part of us, flesh and blood? We also heard the very famous saying that Regina also quoted from the President of USA, John F. Kennedy, who says, "Don't expect what your country can do for you, but what you can do." Meaning to say, what is my contribution for the country? If we walk outside of our institution here, you just reflect how many of us really behave like citizens of India. The moment we go outside, it becomes, the roads in India looks like a dumping pitch, where we throw whatever we want. We are not being citizens. If we do that, we are not being citizens. We only stand here, sing the national anthem, raise the national flag, and we forget what we are supposed to be calling what John F. Kennedy says. Don't expect how much the country can do for you, but expect what you can do for your country. What I can do for a country as a student is very small thing. How do I help my country to be clean? How do I help promoting peace as a student, as a teacher? The duty is for all of us, each one of us. That's why we profess the Constitution. That's why we make a promise in the Constitution. And all of us, definitely, I would say, we have read the preamble. The preamble of our country, the introduction to the Constitution, tells us what we should do, or what the Constitution is allowing us to do. And that is what today we stand here under the national flag doing the same. Therefore, today, I'm not going to speak very long. I would like all of you to repeat after me the preamble. So you please repeat. And then I do believe that we, by repeating this one or by reciting this one, we are truly Indian citizens. So please repeat after me. We the people of India. Please say loud. We the people of India.
We the people of India.
Solemnly resolve.
Having resolved.
To constitute in
sovereign.
Socialist. Secular. Democratic republic. And to secure to all its citizens. Justice. Social. Economics. And political. Liberty of thought. Expression. Belief. Faith and worship. Equality of status. And opportunity. To promote among them all. Fraternity. Assuring the dignity of the individual. And the unity of the nation. Very beautiful. The Constitution of India calls us for unity of the nation. That is what exactly we are doing today. By 9:30, 10 o'clock, you will see India celebrates Republic Day in Delhi. We showcase what our country have done so far. But let us not forget being true citizens of our country. Starts from childhood onward, as I've said, by keeping the campus clean, keeping our society clean, free from plastics, free from, let us say, unwanted activities that are taking place in our society. I wish all of us the best. Be true Indians, be true citizens. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.
Now, after the events, class teachers, please take the attendance, and as you go, please take some chocolates and go. I hope the chocolates are somewhere around. They are here. So please distribute, and maybe we can take the attendance here itself. So have a very good morning and continue the celebration of the country. Thank you.